Warning for men. The 6. Low value. Woman signs you must avoid. Pure Stoic truth. Have you ever wondered if all the women you spend time with are truly worth it? Some walk into your life like a gift, while others are silent nightmares, creeping in and destroying you from within. And the most dangerous ones are those you never see coming. No warning signs, just perfume, lipstick, and a perfect smile. Let me be honest. Not every woman deserves your time, your energy, or your loyalty. Some build you up, support you, but others quietly sabotage you bit by bit, so subtly that you don't even realize it. You think you're in love, but in reality you're being drained, losing focus, confidence, and peace of mind. To be clear, a low-value woman is not just unsuitable, she's a hidden danger. So how do you spot her? How do you protect yourself before your life turns into a battlefield you never signed up for? In this video, I'll reveal 6 brutal signs that scream, "Get out now!" Because real men never waste their power on chaos disguised as beauty. Before we dive in, hit like and subscribe to Pure Stoic Truth so you don't miss this valuable knowledge. Sign number 1. She thrives on drama and chaos. Some women can't breathe unless there's tension in the air. When things are calm, she creates a storm just to feel alive. For her, peace doesn't feel safe, it feels empty. She'll start meaningless arguments, twist your words, and accuse you of things that never happened. She'll pull away without explanation, not because she's hurt, but just to see if you'll chase. And the worst part is she enjoys it all. You've heard these lines before, right? "I just like a little drama, it makes things exciting." Or "Nice guys are too predictable, they lack passion." But that's not passion, that's dysfunction. A woman of true value treasures peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, and genuine connection over control. But a drama addict is different. She thrives in emotional fog. She wants you confused, uncertain, constantly doubting yourself. You'll find yourself walking on eggshells, carefully filtering every word and action just to avoid her outbursts. That's not love. That's survival. But here's the thing she doesn't expect. You don't have to play her game. You can completely walk away. And when you do, she'll either panic and chase you or disappear and blame you. Either way, you win, because peace isn't something you have to fight for. It's something you choose by deciding who you let into your life. Before we continue, remember to like and subscribe to Pure Stoic Truth. Here's a question for you. Have you ever met someone who creates chaos just to feel in control? Sign number 2 is waiting for you in the next part. As mentioned earlier, a low-value woman doesn't just create chaos. She behaves in ways that make you feel out of place in her story. She might say, "It's just a picture, you're overreacting." But what she really means is, "I care more about strangers than your respect." And that's the real issue. She's not seeking true connection, she's performing. One foot in your world, the other still casting nets for likes, hearts, and attention from anyone watching. When you ask why, she quickly blames you. "You're too jealous, you don't trust me." But really, you're just paying attention. A woman of real value doesn't need the world's eyes. She only needs the eyes of the man she respects. She measures her worth not by comments or compliments, but by character. And the truth is, if she's always chasing validation from others, she'll never fully value what truly matters, including you. The longer you stay, the more invisible you become in her life. Before moving on, don't forget to like and subscribe to Pure Stoic Truth. Here's a question for you. Have you ever felt like you were dating not just her, but her entire followers as well? Sign number 3. She takes no accountability. You'll know her by the fact that every problem somehow isn't her fault. She makes bad decisions, causes trouble, then steps back and blames others. She cheats because you were distant. She disrespects you because you made her angry. She's broke because of the economy, her ex, her parents, anyone but herself. This is a never-ending cycle of blame shifting. There's no growth, no self-reflection, and no accountability. And here's the most dangerous part. You become her favorite excuse. Every time something goes wrong, she says, "It's your fault," and you start doubting yourself. Maybe you were too distant. Maybe you overreacted. Maybe it's your fault, but it's not. It's because she refuses to face the truth. A woman of true value admits her mistakes, learns and grows. She doesn't blame others, but takes responsibility. But a low-value woman builds her life on excuses. If you stay, her story becomes your story. You carry the guilt, the burden, and the damage. But don't be that person. You can't heal someone who won't admit they're wounded. Sometimes walking away isn't quitting. It's choosing peace over punishment. Before moving on, remember to like and subscribe to Pure Stoic Truth. Here's a question for you. Have you ever apologized just to end an argument you didn't start? Sign number 4. She uses emotional manipulation to control you. There's a type of woman who never raises her voice, never argues loudly, but always gets what she wants. She plays with your emotions, not your logic, making you feel guilty for things you didn't do, for feelings you didn't cause, and for boundaries you have every right to set. At first, it's subtle. She gives you the silent treatment after a small disagreement. She acts hurt when you make plans without her. She says, "It's fine," but her body language screams betrayal. You start questioning yourself. Was I too harsh? Was I selfish? Did I do something wrong? And that's the trap. She doesn't demand with words. Continuing from before, when a woman uses silence and emotions to control you, you may start changing your behavior, even canceling plans just to avoid the cold, tense atmosphere she creates. But what you don't realize is that every time you give in, you empower her. You teach her that guilt works, that she doesn't have to say anything, just stay silent and you'll fold. On the other hand, a woman of true value doesn't play that game. If she's hurt, she speaks up. If she needs something, she says it clearly. She builds connection through clarity, not confusion. But a woman who uses guilt as a weapon isn't looking for a partner. She's looking for a puppet to control. For example, you let her know a week in advance that you'll be seeing your friends over the weekend. She responds, "Sure, have fun." But when the day comes, she becomes distant. You ask, "Is everything okay?" She just shrugs. "Yeah, go have fun. I'll just stay home alone." At this point, you start feeling like the bad guy, like you've abandoned her. You consider canceling your plans, not because you want to, but just to stop feeling guilty. If you've experienced this, understand one thing. That is not love. It's emotional manipulation in disguise, and it only ends when you decide to stop it. You must be the man who doesn't break under silence, who doesn't beg for peace, but creates it by facing discomfort with strength. Speak calmly. If something bothers me, I'm open to honest talk, but I won't play guessing games. And if she refuses to be clear, live your life anyway. A man who values clarity chooses freedom over guilt, transparency over control. If this message resonates with you, please like and subscribe to Pure Stoic Truth. Here's a question for you. Have you ever felt guilty over something even though your conscience was completely clean? Sign number 5, she has no long-term vision. A woman of true value thinks in decades. She considers the future, invests in herself, her finances, and a man who shares her vision. But a low-value woman lives like tomorrow never comes. She is impulsive, chasing fleeting emotions, avoiding discipline and hates structure. For her, success is just fleeting fun, not a solid foundation. You'll notice this in small details. She never budgets, but always spends extravagantly. She constantly changes jobs, but never builds a real career. She says, "I just go with the flow," but that flow leads nowhere. She blames circumstances instead of trying to change them. Toxic boss, ex ruined everything, unfair system, but never looks in the mirror. And here's what affects you directly. If she can't lead her own life, she won't build a future with you. You become her backup plan, the financial cushion for her chaos. At first, she seems exciting, spontaneous, adventurous. She says yes to everything. Clubs, trips, last-minute weekends. And yes, at first it feels like freedom with her. But then you realize she's drowning in debt, complaining about money, but mocking the idea of saving. When you mention responsibility, she just laughs. Why worry? You only live once. But here's what she doesn't understand. Living once is exactly why you must live wisely. A woman without direction won't help you build your future. She will slow you down, doubt you, or worse, become dependent on you. A relationship needs harmony, shared goals, and common values, because love without a strong foundation is fragile and easily broken. Building on the signs we've just explored, there's one thing you can't ignore. A relationship will collapse the moment life gets tough. The harsh truth is, if she fears commitment in her own life, she won't honor commitment in yours. Before we dive deeper, don't forget to like and subscribe to Pure Stoic Truth so you won't miss these valuable insights. Here's a question for you. Have you ever dated a woman who feared responsibility but expected you to be the stable rock? Sign number 6. She doesn't respect masculinity. She competes with it. A woman who truly values herself understands and appreciates a man's strength. She doesn't see your confidence as a threat, but as grounding, leadership, and protection. Yet some women aren't looking for a partner. They want a power struggle. Instead of supporting your masculinity, she competes with it, not to complement but to challenge. She argues just to win. She questions every decision you make. No matter how calmly you lead, she pushes back harder, not because she wants equality, but because she wants control. You say, "I'll take care of it." She responds, "I don't need a man to do anything for me. Step up as a leader." And when you set boundaries, suddenly you're the tyrant. You're no longer a guide. In her eyes, you're a threat. Here's a deeper truth. Such a woman doesn't just resist masculinity, she resents it. Maybe it stems from past betrayals, growing up around men who abuse their roles, or being taught that power must be seized, not shared. But the outcome is the same. She won't let you be the man you're meant to be because she's afraid of what will happen if she isn't in control. The danger is you'll start shrinking yourself to keep the peace. You'll soften your voice, doubt your judgment, second-guess your instincts, all to avoid triggering her insecurities. But a stoic man understands that masculinity isn't toxic. It is disciplined, purposeful, bringing order to chaos, direction to emotions, and safety to the unknown. You weren't made to apologize for being a man. You were made to lead with honor. The woman meant for you won't fight that. She will. Recognize it, trust it, and support it. Because a real relationship isn't a tug of war. It's two people pulling in the same direction. If you constantly feel like you're in a silent battle, where your presence is a problem rather than a pillar, it's time to be honest with yourself. You don't need a rival, you need a partner. If this message resonates, hit like and subscribe to Pure Stoic Truth today. One last question. Have you ever had to shrink your masculinity just to make a woman feel comfortable? And don't stop here. Explore our full playlist for more sharp insights to sharpen your mind and strengthen your spirit. See you in the next video. Until then, stay strong, stay grounded, and never settle for less than your true standards.